Why success doesn't make you happy. Have you ever achieved something you wanted for a long time and felt almost nothing? Maybe it was a promotion, a degree, a new job, a fitness goal, a relationship, a financial milestone. For months, maybe even years, you told yourself, when I get there, I'll finally be happy. And then you got there. You reached the goal. You checked the box. And after a brief moment of satisfaction, life felt exactly the same. So what happened? Why does success sometimes fail to deliver the happiness we expected? Let's talk about it. 1. We treat happiness like a destination. Most of us grow up believing happiness lives somewhere in the future. When I graduate, when I make more money, when I find the right partner, when I buy a house, when I finally become successful, the brain starts associating happiness with achievement, as if life is a video game and joy unlocks after completing enough objectives. But real life doesn't work that way. 2. The Arrival Fallacy. Psychologists sometimes call this the Arrival Fallacy, the belief that reaching a future goal will permanently change how we feel. It's a very convincing illusion, because while we're chasing the goal, we imagine all the problems it will solve. But once we arrive, we discover something surprising. We're still ourselves, with the same mind, the same insecurities, the same habits, the same emotional patterns. 3. Your brain adapts to everything. Human beings are incredibly adaptable. It's one of our greatest strengths, and one of our biggest frustrations. When something exciting happens, your happiness rises, but eventually your brain adjusts. The new job becomes normal. The new car becomes normal. The bigger paycheck becomes normal. The achievement that once felt life-changing becomes part of everyday life. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation, and it affects almost everyone. 4. The next goal appears immediately. Have you noticed what happens after achieving something? Your brain rarely says, "Great, we're done." Instead it asks, "What's next?" A promotion becomes a bigger promotion. A 6-figure income becomes a larger income. One achievement creates another target, and another, and another. The finish line keeps moving. 5. Achievement and self-worth become connected. For some people, success stops being a goal. It becomes an identity. They don't just achieve things, they need to achieve things because their self-worth depends on it. Without progress, they feel guilty. Without productivity, they feel anxious. Without accomplishment, they feel inadequate. And that's an exhausting way to live. 6. The problem with external validation. Success often brings validation, praise, recognition, respect, status. And while these things feel good, they're temporary. The danger comes when your self-esteem depends on external approval, because approval is unpredictable, and no amount of praise ever feels like enough when you're using it to fill an internal void. 7. Many high achievers are running from something. This may sound uncomfortable, but sometimes relentless ambition isn't driven by inspiration. It's driven by fear. Fear of failure. Fear of being ordinary. Fear of disappointing people. Fear of not being enough. From the outside, it looks like motivation, but internally, it can feel like constant pressure. 8. Success solves problems, not emotions. Success can absolutely improve your life. Money can reduce stress. Achievement can create opportunities. Career growth can provide stability. These things matter, but success is better at solving practical problems than emotional ones. A promotion can't heal loneliness. A bigger salary can't automatically create self-worth. A title can't replace inner peace. 9. Happiness usually lives in smaller places. When researchers study long-term well-being, the results are surprisingly consistent. People often find lasting happiness through meaningful relationships, purpose, health, community, connection, growth, gratitude. Not because achievements don't matter, but because happiness tends to come from how we live, not just what we accomplish. 10. You are more than your productivity. One of the most important lessons high achievers eventually learn is this: your value is not your output. You are not a machine. You are not a checklist. You are not your resume. Your worth does not increase every time you achieve something, and it does not decrease when you rest, because being human is not something you have to earn. 11. What happens if you stop chasing? Many people are terrified of slowing down because they worry they'll lose their edge, their ambition, their success. But slowing down doesn't mean giving up. Sometimes it means finally asking a question you've been avoiding. What am I actually chasing? And perhaps even more importantly, will it truly give me what I'm looking for? Success isn't a bad thing. Goals aren't a bad thing. Ambition isn't a bad thing. But happiness and achievement are not the same thing. One comes from reaching a destination. The other comes from how you experience the journey. So if you've been telling yourself, "I'll be happy when," maybe pause for a moment. Because life has a funny way of turning when into another goal, and another, and another. The challenge isn't learning how to achieve more. It's learning how to enjoy where you already are. Before the next goal arrives,